Hey everybody, Billy back here, Worship of the Nerds. So, I watched the Riverdale season finale, season 4, episode 19. Before I give my opinion on the episode, there were supposed to be more episodes this season, but due to COVID 19, filming was changed, and so we're still going to see Hermione Lodge and F.P. Jones, who, Jughead's dad, who were originally not going to be in season 5. But due to everything that happened, they're going to be back. So I'm glad about that because I like the parents of the show. They make Riverdale more interesting. They bring, you know, another side of the story besides just the kids. And when I saw the trailer, I saw Cheryl crying. So I was like, oh no, please say they didn't kill Tony. She wasn't in this episode, but not killed. So good. Okay, so the episode's called Killing Mr. Honey. It's not what you think. So there are spoilers here, but here's what happened. Mr. Honey is the worst principal to them because he is ruining their fun. But he writes a very good letter to Jughead about Jughead at the end of the episode in Iowa, to where Jughead wants to go that has a really good writing school. So what happens is this fantasy of killing Mr. Honey plays out in the story. But then in real life, they kind of kill him politically at Riverdale. So what happens is Jughead starts writing about how they start out with the prank, and they basically tie him up, blindfold him, throw him in the trunk, get him to an isolated place. They kidnap him, they take turns watching him, and he dies. What actually happens, these tapes are continuing to happen, and Charles and Jughead have been watching the tapes, and what ends up happening is they see these recreations of deaths that have happened in Riverdale, and it's very disturbing. And somebody also, whoever's doing this, knows a lot about these students and what's going on with them. Well, at one point in the episode, we see a copycat, which was Mr. Honey, filming inside the school so he could cancel prom. On the plus side, the GPA has risen and there haven't been any deaths while he's been principal, so in that case he's successful. But he's canceled prom, so they get the parents involved, and they end up getting him dismissed. He ends up leaving Riverdale High, and he's going to Stonewall Prep. He will fit in fine with those grade A douchebags. Sorry, but that's exactly what it is. So he's gone. Now in the story, in the fantasy, after they kill Mr. Honey, Reggie is going to tell what happens, so they cut his brakes, Reggie dies, and how the fantasy actually ends, Jughead decides, after reading the letter, to let Mr. Honey live. But at the very end of the episode, we see someone dressed like Mr. Honey in the principal's chair, and 6 students dressed like the group of friends stabbing Mr. Honey to death. We don't know who was actually killed in these videos. There have been a few people killed, so we don't know for sure who's actually dead. Once again, this will be a 2-season mystery, as what happened with the Black Hood. So, and we also still wonder if maybe it's Chick, because Charles and Chick had a thing and they are working together. So there's a lot of mystery still to unravel, to solve as we move forward. And also our students are preparing for college. So Riverdale is very interesting, and it continues to be interesting. And I am hooked, and I cannot wait to see where Season 5 takes us. In the meantime, you could binge watch Riverdale Seasons 1 through 3 on Netflix, and I'm sure Season 4 will be dropping on there shortly. This was a very good season finale. It ends on a cliffhanger, and it was a very good season. It started out a little weird, but as we went along, it got better. And I think that the show continues to be one of the best shows out there. So I hope you're all taking care of yourself and practicing social distancing when you can, but also still staying connected in different ways than traditional ways, phone calls, video chats, that kind of thing. that's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning in as always, and take care of yourselves out there.